Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wine and Wellness, the first edition for Camellia Alise. In celebration of this being our first live on Patreon, and for my YouTube subscribers, I know y'all are like, it's been some weeks, Miss Lindsay. I am going to pop a bottle and we're going to have some champagne and we're going to celebrate this being our first live on Patreon. And then we are going to get into some really fun subjects. We're going to talk about some body sculpting stuff. I'm going to answer some questions. We're going to have a good time tonight. All right. So first and foremost, though, we're going to pop this bottle in celebration. And for those of y'all who know my colors, you know everything is branded. So this goes right along with it. I need to have my own wine bottle, y'all. And it's going to look just like this. But hold on. Let me pop this bottle. And so this is the Wine and Wellness series, guys. So every week I am going to have wine. We're going to talk wellness and we're going to talk body sculpting. So super excited to be here with you guys. Let me grab something to pop this. All right. It's tight. All right. So welcome to all of my YouTube subscribers. And I have missed y'all. And to all my Patreon subscribers, welcome. I'm excited to be here with you guys. So I'm going to toast to each and every one of you. Toast for excitement, empowerment, education, and prosperity. All right. Okay. So as I mentioned, today is the first day that we're doing both YouTube as well as Patreon. So I'm really excited to welcome everybody on both platforms. If you are not familiar with Wine and Wellness, I am Lindsay Brantley. I'm the founder of Camellia Alise and the Camellia Alise Academy. And every week I used to, for 2 whole years, do videos on YouTube where we would talk about body sculpting. But now I'm doing both the Patreon and the YouTube. There will be some exclusive information that will only be in Patreon. Patreon, you guys will see me like every 2 weeks, whereas YouTube, you'll only see me once a month now. And every week we are going to talk, or every Wine and Wellness anyway, we're going to talk about body sculpting. We're going to talk about the technical aspects of it. I'm going to answer questions. I'm just really excited to continue building excellence in the beauty industry and specifically around body sculpting. There are so many modalities when it comes to body sculpting. So tonight, our topic that we're going to be discussing is how much cavitation is too much. But before I get into it, a lot of you guys don't know me. Maybe you found me on Instagram. Maybe you don't know me at all. But I'm Lindsay Brantley. I am a structural engineer turned medical aesthetics practitioner with over 12 years experience in the beauty industry. And I'm the owner and founder of Camellia Alise and the Camellia Alise Academy. We are based right here in Houston, Texas. We also have our academy locations in Los Angeles and Las Vegas, and we're super excited to be here with you guys today. Now, what I'm going to do is an overview. This channel is for anybody who is interested in either receiving body sculpting services or performing body sculpting professional services, as a career or launching your spa. This page is going to feed both of you. So I don't want you to think, oh my God, like I'm not a sculpting specialist. This channel isn't going to be for me. Absolutely not. If you're interested in the service and learning more about the service and what the services do, you have found the right place. But I will tell you that I open every Wine and Wellness with a toast. So I hope that you guys have brought your glass of wine with you. I have a lot of my moms that were like, I'll be hiding in my closet with my wine, whatever you got to do. These will always be in the evening on Wednesdays, probably around 7 p.m. Texas time. So the office is closed, although I'm still here. So it's okay to have a glass of wine. I hope that you guys enjoy one with me. So toast to each and every one of you. Again. All right. So the first thing that I want to talk to you guys about, we're going to go over many modalities when it comes to body sculpting. Every Wine and Wellness is going to hit on another topic, whether it's marketing, whether it's the technical aspects of body sculpting. And for my Patreon people, I always say, hey, no question is off limits. And for those of you guys who are watching us on YouTube as well, I'm sure you guys are already familiar. I have people that tell me, hey, I watched all your YouTube videos before I even came to Patreon or before I even came to your class. So on YouTube, you guys can go back 2 years worth of material there. Enjoy it, but we're going to continue doing a deeper dive. And so every time that I do wine and wellness in Patreon, I'll let you know if it's just exclusive content or if it's something that's going to go out on YouTube. And like I said, my YouTube subscribers are amazing. I love you guys. And so what we're going to be doing today is about a 15-minute talk about cavitation services. How much is too much is going to be my main focus. So I'm going to talk to you guys for about 15 minutes, and then I'm going to do a Patreon exclusive for you guys to do a deeper dive where you get to ask questions, and I'm going to answer some of those frequently asked questions that I don't answer for public consumption. So super excited. All right. So the first and most important thing that I want to go over with you guys is what is cavitation, right? Because everybody's like, okay, what is this thing that's become so hot in the market? But cavitation, which has many names, okay, ultrasonic liposuction, non-invasive liposuction, non-invasive cavitation, it is a non-invasive treatment that helps to get rid of fat so that you can tighten, tone, and lose inches. The number one thing I want you guys to understand is that it is going to help your body burn fat, but it is not, okay, it is not for weight loss. Cavitation, you're not going to do 6 sessions and lose 10 pounds. That's not what it's for. You would not go to a liposuction doctor saying, I want to lose 100 pounds. They're very, very different things. Okay. So just keep in mind that cavitation is more for inch loss. It is going to help burn subcutaneous fat. Now, for those of you guys who don't know the difference between subcutaneous and visceral fat is the fat that is behind your muscle. And to get rid of that, you either have to have surgery or you have to work out, okay? Subcutaneous fat is that fat layer that's above the muscle. So that's what we're burning here. So keep that in mind. But we do tell all of our clients and our students who are going to be spa owners, if you are having these services, we want you working out. We want you walking. We want you burning that visceral fat, guys. So don't just think, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm only going to lose this much. If you're working out and you're letting the service work for you, you're going to burn visceral fat at the exact same time, okay? So one of the questions that we get asked, like I said, what is it? It is non-invasive body sculpting service made to help eliminate fat in target areas and help you to tighten, tone, and lose inches. It helps with those stubborn target areas. You might be working out all day, every day, and losing weight, but you're not losing weight in that one area. You have that pouch of fat that will not go away. This sculpting will help you to get rid of those difficult areas, okay? And then the question is, why do we do it? Like I said, this is not a weight loss thing. This is an inch loss thing. It's going to help you tighten and tone in target areas of your body, okay? So that is why we do it. We do it for inch loss. We do it to tighten, tone, and to, shrink that waistline, shrink those thighs, shrink the arms. We do it to tighten, but not for weight loss. Obviously, if you're doing the other things that come along with it, you are going to lose weight along with it, but this is not the weight loss treatment, okay? Now, the main topic that I want to talk to you guys about today is going to be how much cavitation is too much, okay? This industry has grown very, very quickly, and there is a lot of information out there that unfortunately is not true. Let me just tell you, if you are either giving or receiving 3 hours of cavitation services, and when I say cavitation, I mean cavitation services, vacuum cellulite services, radio frequency skin tightening. Those are the 3 primary services that come in a cavitation machine. If you're doing 3 hours of that, you're doing way too much, okay? Way too much. It's not safe for your client. Every amount of fat that we burn when using the cavitation machine, it then has to work its way out of your body through your kidneys, your liver, and your lymphatic system has to move it out. So you don't want to overwhelm your lymphatic system. So there's a lot of people that go back and forth about how much is too much. Well, I'm going to tell you guys, if you are doing more than 50 minutes, you're doing too much. And honestly, if you know what you're doing, you don't need to do a whole lot, because the thing is, after a certain amount of time, now your body's going to start saying, okay, now you're just trying to burn fat to burn it and we can't work it out. So you're not really benefiting your client. I always tell people, think about, when you think about cavitation, think about a stick of butter, right? I'm going to melt certain amounts of butter, and then that layer, okay, that liquid is going to fall away. Well, if I melt so much of that butter and my body can't get rid of it, it's going to harden again. You're not really doing much. You're overwhelming someone's lymphatic system and not giving them effective results. So 50 minutes, guys, is your safety number. 50 minutes. Now, you may hear people say 50 minutes, 60 minutes. I'm not going to argue with someone over 10 minutes. If you do 60 minutes, you're not going to kill a client. You're not going to increase the results by giving them an extra 10 minutes. But 50 minutes is your guideline. If you are doing 180 minutes of cavitation, you are not helping your client. You're doing your client a disservice. You're doing yourself a disservice, because at this point, you're just overwhelming their kidneys, their liver, and their lymphatic system. Okay. Now, when I say 50 minutes, I don't care which of the services you're doing. If you're doing 50 minutes of radio frequency, 50 minutes of vacuum, 50 minutes of cavitation, you shouldn't be doing cavitation by itself, but we'll get into all that stuff at another time. But if you're doing 50 minutes total, I don't care if you're doing 25 minutes on the right leg, 25 minutes on the left leg, you're doing radio frequency and vacuum, it does not matter. If you have done 50 minutes, stop. Okay. Now, I also get the question, well, I saw this lady had this 3-hour package. So if you have 3 hours and it includes your cavitation services, and it includes a body wrap, and it includes a sauna session, and it includes whatever, that's safe. You know, that 3-hour package is safe depending on what they're doing. I'm not going to go into the other services right now, but 3 hours is your ultimate max. But if you're doing 3 hours with other services included, that is safe. If you are doing 3 hours of cavitation on someone, it is not safe. And you should not be doing, oh, I'm going to do an hour in the stomach. I'm going to do an hour in the thighs. I'm going to do an hour in the arms. That is too much. I had a student come sit in our class, and she said, hey, I'm sitting here right now because I got 3 hours of cavitation services. They did the cavitation, skin tightening, vacuum, all this different stuff on me on 3 different body parts. It was 3 hours. After the 3 hours, I was like, okay, this is a lot. I feel really thirsty. She was probably dehydrated, which, okay, it is what it is. You did 3 hours of service, but it was the next day that she felt it. The thing is, you don't always feel it getting off the table. What happened after that day? She woke up the next morning. She had headaches. She was vomiting. She had extreme fatigue. She didn't know what was wrong with her. She wound up having to go to the emergency room. She wound up having to get an IV drip, and she had flu-like symptoms. Her kidneys, her liver, and her lymphatic system were completely overwhelmed. And whoever did that service did her a disservice and put her body in distress instead of helping her body. So the number that I want you guys to remember, okay, is 50 minutes. Now, I talk to my students about different body parts. Should I do this? Can I split this amount of time? As long as you're under 50 minutes, you can. I don't recommend it because there's different timelines for different body parts. The total amount of time that I do on a thigh is not going to be the same amount of time that I'm going to do on the arms, okay? So not going to go into every single detail, but as long as you don't go over 50 minutes, you're safe. All right. So now at this time, I'm going to go into a little bit more of a deeper dive on some of the frequently asked questions that we typically get. But I hope that you guys got a basic understanding of cavitation, what to do, you know, as far as the safety time. How much time is too much? How much is too much? More than 50 minutes is too much. All right, so that's the answer. So I hope that that helped you guys out a little bit. And then now I'm going to take things into a deeper dive so that I can answer some of the specific questions that our Patreon subscribers have been asking. So for those of you guys who are on YouTube, I will see you guys soon. Love you guys. So glad to be back. And for those of you guys who are not yet on our Patreon, you guys come join us so we can continue doing those deeper dives with you. Okay.